Now then, how are you diddling? Welcome to another brand new day, another dazed and confused and generally buggered. Still not live on LinkedIn, but we are live today on Instagram, which I'm doing on my phone down here, although it's having a few issues because the signal's not particularly great for some reason. Don't know why. But we're also on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Periscope, we're on YouTube right now. So welcome to today's video. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Here, as always, to answer your questions. If you don't know who I am, I'm Simon Scholes, founder and creative director of Perception Studios, the award-winning visual marketing agency, and we're based in the UK and we help brands and businesses create social media content. Just give me 1 second because this is really quite off-putting in the background. I don't know what it's trying to do. Let's try and see if we can get a better connection. I know it's been put, no, I'm trying to end it. Are you sure you want to end it now? Yes, end it now. No, just delete that video and we'll try again, shall we? Here we go. And go live and live on Instagram. Boom. Hopefully that will work this time. No, it's I've got 4G in the bedroom, but whatever. Okay, let's just end that right now. Okay, we won't do Instagram then. Anyway, right. How are you diddling? Excellent, me too. Thanks for asking. You know who I am. You know what it is that I do. We're here to answer your questions today. Any questions you have about social media, video, anything you need help with at the moment. Obviously, we're all in this situation together. We're all in this lockdown, and it is a weird situation, let's be honest. But one of the things we all know is that, number one, we shouldn't stop selling because people are still buying. And number two, content is king because more people are consuming content than ever before on social media at the moment. It is a 7-day, 365-day a year piece of kit anyway, but even more people are actually consuming right now. This very second, people are consuming content. And if you can give value in the area that you work in, there's a real huge opportunity for you at the moment to really make a massive difference. So what would be really cool right now is if you are watching, not whatever platform you're watching on, just let me know in the comments that you're there, that you're watching. Say hello. You don't have to ask a question. You can just say hi, and we can see who we have watching at the moment. We've got a few people who are tuned in already, which is really cool. One of the things I want to talk to you a little bit about today, and I want to go over this again, I'm just going to make myself some notes to make sure I don't forget to do this, is I want to talk to you more about TikTok. So we went over TikTok a little bit yesterday, and I've had a few people ask me since yesterday, how do I grow an audience on TikTok? So we're going to go over that kind of really. I mean, they're kind of the same rules for a lot of different channels, really, for most social media channels. Persistence, like consistent content, putting stuff out all the time on a regular basis. But yeah, there's a few other bits and pieces that kind of could really help you maybe grow your audience quite quickly. Hello to Facebook user. Don't know who it is, unfortunately, because if you want to let it StreamYard, which is the software I use, know who you are, so that when I put your picture up like that, it actually says your name, then feel free to just give StreamYard permissions. And you do that on Facebook, and then it'll do that. But this person is sick. Put thumbs up. Is that right? I'm guessing you're poorly. I hope you don't have do you have the virus. I only know a couple of people who've had the virus, and they seem to have come through the other end okay, although they've felt particularly rotten all the way through it, which is at least they've been okay. But yeah, this is this thing's not going away very quickly. And I could get into the ins and outs of whether I think Spain and Italy are doing the right thing by lowering their lockdown measures, but we won't go there because this is about social media and your brand, your business, and how you can grow it. Also, as well, in the comments, good morning to Ed, who was on the stream the other day as well. If you fancy being on the stream today, if you fancy actually chatting to me live, we can do that. All you've got to do is just let me know in the comments and we can have a chat about you, what it is that you do. We could also maybe have a chat about video. We could talk about social media. You can ask any questions. We'll do our best to try and answer them. Facebook user with a camera. I'm throwing a wild stab in the dark in that might be my mate Pete Cook, because he tried to ring me earlier on and I couldn't answer because I was trying to get Max to sleep, who is currently hard on in his bedroom, which is fantastic. So yeah, so that's where we are. Anyway, if you've got any questions, please do let me know what they are in the comments. Also, if you want to be on the live stream, just let me know, and we can get you on there. I know I'm going to be chatting very soon to Caroline Reeves, who was on the stream the other day. I need to have a chat with her about getting her on. Also, Ed fancies doing it. That'd be cool. And Facebook user says thumbs up, so I'm guessing it is Pete. I'm going to say it is Pete. So yeah, Facebook user, good stuff. Hello, good morning. Hello, Pete. Anyway, so where were we? I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about TikTok because I mentioned TikTok yesterday. A lot of people, like I say, have been asking, well, how do I grow an audience on TikTok? I'm slowly growing my audience on TikTok. I've not been creating enough audio on a regular basis. Apparently, Ed says the sound's gone. Hopefully, you can all still hear me, and it's just Ed's internet connection. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Is it? You let me know. Let me know. Just refreshed and it's back. Brilliant. There we go. Great. So yeah, so a few people have been asking, well, how can I grow an audience? This is stuff you can do. You have to put the effort in, as with any social media channel. And this is the big thing for most people, is that I think social media, as I mentioned the other day, is a magic pill. You create one piece of content and then all this audience will come and follow you and you'll be famous and you'll go viral, and bollocks. That's not how it works. Social media is hard work. It's going to take time and effort to build an audience organically, but you can do it. So for example, with TikTok, so I'm going to give you 3 tips on TikTok right now, and I'm going to make this also into like a little booklet as well, which people can get hold of and stuff. So even if you didn't watch the stream, or you know somebody who didn't watch the stream, you could either give them these tips yourself, or you could direct them towards my little booklet, which I'm going to put together so that they can get hold of it, because TikTok's a big thing at the moment. So anyway, tip number 1 on TikTok, hashtags are really important. So TikTok is probably the only social media site out there right now which is allowing your content to be found organically. Very, very few people are buying advertising opportunities on TikTok. They're spending money with influencers who are on TikTok, but the actual advertising opportunities on TikTok have slim to none. So most people aren't using that opportunity. So it's very organic. The reach out there is hugely organic if you get it right. So hashtags, which I've spoken about in the past many times on all different social media channels, are so useful. They really help your content get found. However, the problem for a lot of people is they will go on to something like TikTok or even other social media channels and try to instantly create their very own social media hashtag when they don't have a brand behind it in the first place. What I suggest on TikTok to do, and this is really cool, I'm going to try and show you in fact, is that on TikTok you have the For You page. Let me just skip the ads and go to Discover. So across the bottom on TikTok you have a little like magnifying glass. It's called Discover, and it brings up all the like trending hashtags that are available right now. Basically, what you want to do is find a hashtag that suits the content that you create, suits the thing that you're talking about, and hashtag that trending hashtag at the moment. Then all you've got to make sure that you do is the content you've made is going to be something people want to watch, something people want to share, something people want to like, something people want to comment on. So potentially open the floor to questions and that kind of stuff, or give them some mindset help or anything at all. I've had an idea as I was on my walk with Max for something really, really cool on TikTok that might help kind of bring us all together a little bit more. So I'm going to make that TikTok after this. So there you go. So that's tip number 1. Hashtags are really important. Obviously, they work on all social media channels, but the hashtag that you use on TikTok is really, really important, because your character limits are very, very small when you're writing a description. I think it's about 50 characters, so not very many at all. Way less than anything like Twitter even, and certainly obviously less than Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. So you've got to be really clever with the writing that you use, but make sure you put some hashtags in there, but try to use trending hashtags, especially when you're first starting out, like from 0 to like 20,000 fans, something like that. Ed says, I really don't get TikTok and I'm 21. it's just another video sharing site essentially, but it's a hugely popular one right now. And it's not just all about lip syncing. It's not just all about dance moves and all that kind of stuff. It can be, and that's a bit of fun. And those kind of things can come in to play as well. I mean, let's be honest, as a business, do you want to be seen as being stuffy and stuck in the mud and boring? Or do you want to be seen as being fun and having a laugh? Which is where the next tip comes in, duets. So duets are a great way of growing an audience on TikTok, because what a duet does is you say, right, okay, I've done this, I'd like you to duet with me. And then people will hopefully duet with you. Now, if somebody's done a dance and you reckon you could do it, or maybe you and your whole team could do it, then that would be really cool, because then you could be in the office when we all go back to work eventually, or you could all do the dances at home and then edit that video together into like a little square video with all the faces and video cameras of everybody at home doing all the dance, and then put that together and duet it with somebody else's content. But if you can make people duet with you, even better, because if you can get somebody to duet with your content, then you are the originator of the content. TikTok lets people know that, and then that piece of content gets duetted with, and people will come and follow your channel because lots and lots of other people are duetting with content. Now, the duet you make has got to be something that people want to partake in. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing after I've done this live stream. I'm going to do my duet, and the duet I'm doing is something I want people to partake in rather than me partaking in somebody else's duet. But it's a really great way of getting more people to come visit your site. So what could you do for your business that people could duet with? It could be all sorts of things. If you're an accountant, it could be you pretending to tear your hair out and getting other accountants who are online or other bookkeepers who are on TikTok to do the same thing, or show how stressed they are, or even other people who are sole traders or freelancers who maybe do their taxes themselves, show how stressed they are. That kind of stuff. Just kind of we're all in this together kind of moments. That human element, that would be really cool. So that is tip number 2. Tip number 3 is a bit like the duetting, but actually collaboration. Now, this is something that's probably closed down a little bit to most of us at the moment. However, if you reach out to people with big audiences on things like TikTok or even on Instagram and other channels as well, you can reach out to these people and drop them a DM and just say, look, I want to make this piece of content. Would you fancy collaborating? We can even still collaborate to this day using things like this, doing Zoom calls. We can just make videos. Another person can make a video and then you can edit it all together. I mean, I don't know if you've seen on YouTube recently, obviously there's Chris Martin started off the Together at Home. So loads of different artists, musical artists are doing home concerts and people can watch those. But Gary Barlow is doing a song every single day. Now that is not live. There's no way that is live. So what he's doing is doing a song with a famous person. So he's done some stuff with Robbie. He's done some stuff with, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but he's done some stuff with some really famous people. And it's been really cool. But they're recorded. He did one with Cliff Richards the other day. But Cliff Richard would have recorded his piece. Gary Barlow will have recorded his piece. Then they've mashed the two together and then they have a great video. It's not done live, so you could do that kind of stuff yourself with some really simple editing software. So don't worry too much about it. So collaboration is a huge thing on TikTok, especially if you can collaborate with the right people, the people who have got an audience. Now, don't go crazy and reach out and ask somebody like Charlie DeMeo or anybody else out there who's got like this massive audience, because there has to be some sort of symbiotic relationship there. There has to be some kind of offering. So if you've got 100 followers, then reach out to people with maybe 250, 300 followers, and then that person might do a collaboration with you, or even maybe 1,000 followers. But don't go crazy. Don't go like 10,000 or 1,000,000 or anything like that, because those people might say yes, and it doesn't hurt to do it now and again. But don't pin all your hopes on that person saying yes. The person with like 200 or 300 followers is more likely to say yes than the person with 1.5 million, unless they're super nice, but they probably get asked this kind of thing all the time. So hopefully you've maybe got a bit of value from that, and maybe thinking a little bit more about actually how you could use TikTok to have a bit of fun with the office and that kind of stuff, and also maybe what you could do with it for your brand as well. Hashtags, duetting, and collaboration. So getting people who of influence to help you out. Now, like I say, it doesn't have to be a huge influencer, just somebody of influence. So somebody with a slightly bigger audience than you who is influencing their audience to go and watch other people, that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at some of the comments. If you've got any questions, by the way, please chuck them in the comments, or if you want to, let me know and you can come and join me on the live stream today as well. Talk about your business, talk about your brand. We can answer any of your questions. But importantly of all, it's a free bit of publicity for your business. And let's face it, we all want to have a business at the end of this. So if you're letting people know all about your business on social media channels and other people's social media channels, that's pretty cool, because then when you get to the end of all this and you've been putting out value, then people might come and buy your product anyway. So, right, okay, comments, let's have a look. So as I mentioned earlier on, Ed doesn't really get it. He's 21 years old. He didn't understand TikTok. What's great about TikTok is that it's already a huge platform, but it's still in its early days. So like the early days of YouTube, it's very easy to get big on TikTok. It really is. It really, really is. The platform is so juvenile right now. And I don't mean in the content that's on there, although some of it is very silly, but it's such a juvenile platform that it hasn't matured yet. So right now, they're not really trying to monetize it. It's a bit like Mark Zuckerberg apparently said, and it was in the Social Network film. It's cool at the moment. We don't really know what it is yet. So we can't really monetize it. So they're monetizing it a little bit, but they're not going crazy with the monetization. It's just like big brands, or at the moment, like when you open it up, the NHS has got an advert on there. I would imagine that's been done for free by TikTok, that kind of thing. So definitely, just to take a look at TikTok. It's very, very juvenile in its age at the moment, but you can really get a huge audience very, very quickly if you're creating content consistently and really hitting the people with content that they want to be consuming right now. So how are they going to get value from what you're putting out, and then just put it out there? Let's face it, if you're making it for other channels, why would you not just post it on TikTok? For example, the last few days, what I've been doing is downloading these videos that I've been doing with you guys and just editing them up into small little chunks, bite-sized pieces, and posting them on places like Snapchat and on TikTok and on LinkedIn and on Instagram and all these different places, these different platforms, because I've got the content here. So why would I not repurpose it and make it work for other channels? Ed McIntyre says, I'll DM you on Twitter. Thanks for the follow back. Absolute pleasure. I'd be up for coming on the stream tomorrow. We'll see if we can try and make that happen then, Ed. Absolutely. Just we'll see what happens. Why not? Even if it just ends up being a chat between you and me and everybody else goes away, it doesn't matter. We can have a chat together. So it would be cool if any of you who are watching at the moment do have any questions, just drop them into the comments. It's as easy as writing that, just like Ed just did. So if you've got any comments, any questions whatsoever, do let me know. Let's have a quick look and see if anybody's doing anything over on Twitter right now. Let's have a look. Right, okay, I've got a DM. So somebody asking me to look at one of their videos. I will do that after this. And okay, right. Somebody asking me as well how to make a punchy show reel for their talking. So they're a speaking person, and they want to make a show reel of their speaking gigs. But how do they go about it? So they can edit, but they kind of want to know what to do. So I've seen a lot of people put together keynote show reels, and for me personally, and this is the thing, is editing and watching a video is always a very personal thing. It's like reading a book. Not everybody likes every single book that there is, so not everybody's going to like every type of video. So you've got to edit it to your style for a start. So if you are a fast-paced speaker, if you are really upbeat, really happy, there is no point in making a video that just goes on forever, because the problem is if you just go on forever, it just feels like you're probably not the type of person somebody wants to be listening to speaking. So you want to make your show reel nice and punchy and sharp and sharp. And as well as, even if you are a little bit more dry and a little bit more straight-laced in how you present your content, You don't want it to be long and drawn out. You don't want your show reel to be long and drawn out. You want to get people's attention. You want them to find you interesting and the content that you're giving and talking about interesting. So what you want to do is maybe drop in a few little value bombs into your show reel, make them short, make them succinct. Any more than like 15 seconds would be too much. You just got to really get that word economy going. But also start strong as well. Don't just start with the middle of a talk or anything like that. Start with maybe some sort of intro or an animation or just something that's really going to capture people's attention. I did a video recently, and it's a lot longer than a show reel for a keynote speaker, but I did a health and safety video for a business. And let's face it, if you've ever gone into a business place or any work that you maybe have done in the past, and they stick the video in and they go, right, just I'll see you in a couple of minutes, and they go off, and this really dull health and safety video starts up and it doesn't really get your attention, so you switch off. So I've thought, right, okay, how can I make this get people's attention? So we went for cinematic. That's what we wanted. We went, right, okay, this is going to be real cinema, blow away the audience who are watching right now. And so what did I do? I did an aerial shot. Because I'm what's called a PFAW holder in the UK, permission for aerial work. Or is it PFCO these days? Permission from commercial operation. Basically, I can get paid to fly a drone. Not everybody can, because I've done my qualifications, I can. So I flew a drone for their opening shot of the video. And it was a big, wide expanse opening shot of the whole factory, the whole site, the hills rolling in the background because they're in the countryside. Looked amazing, and it gets the attention straight away. And so that's what you want to do with any type of video, like a show reel or what have you. You want to get the attention straight away. There's a reason why on YouTube they have the ability for you to skip an advert sometimes within the first 5 seconds. Because if you've not captured somebody's attention within 5 seconds, they're not going to give a shit about what you've got to say. They're going to go elsewhere and see somebody else's content rather than yours. So you've got to get that attention. So make it really, really punchy at the beginning. That's probably the biggest tip I can give you for asking that question on Twitter. Wanting to make a keynote speech show reel, make it get their attention at the very start. Otherwise, I can't really give too much more information because, well, you have to pay me for it. But also, I haven't seen any of your content, so I don't know what kind of presenter you are. But yeah, try and get somebody's attention within that first 5 seconds. And let's go back. Spearmin Headliner is a fantastic platform to use. Do you use that? No, I don't know what that one is. What is Spearmin, Ed McIntyre? Let me know. And let's have a look. This one here, Facebook user says, show good, audience reactions too. Absolutely. We're getting plenty of people in on the show. If you've got any questions at all, stick them in the comments. We're going to stick around for another 7 minutes or so. I reckon I could probably waffle on for 7 minutes. I think I can manage that. If you want to be in on the broadcast, please do feel free to let me know in the comments, and we'll get you invited in right now, and you can come and join me. It really is. It's super easy. I send you a link. You click the link. You come and join me. That simple. I've never done it before, so it could go wrong. But anyway, whatever. Also, though, for those of you who don't know, maybe you're brand new to the stream today, the reason the stream's called Dazed, Confused, and Generally Buggered is my mug. It's basically, this was my dad's mug, and I bought it for him years ago. And when he passed away, it's one of the things I got. And yeah, basically, it's I think that's pretty much how we're all feeling at the moment during all this craziness that's going on around us. Yeah, I don't think anybody feels very secure at the moment. Even if you've got work coming in, nobody feels like, yeah, things are great right now because, yeah, we're all trapped inside. I have a 17-month-old to have my conversations with, which is certainly interesting. So Ed's explaining what Spearmin is. So Spearmin Headliner is great for getting waveforms into videos. You should look it up. It's fantastic. I use it all the time. Is it when you say waveforms, is it a bit like I've used in the past on some of my podcast audio where there's a waveform flashing over a still image? Because I've done that kind of thing before. I'm reading that. I'm guessing that's what it means, but I don't know. But it sounds good. I'll take a look. and that way I'll find out exactly what it is. So yeah, so that's why the stream is called Dazed, Confused, Generally Buggered. I was just drinking from the mug, and I was like, you know what? That's how everybody's feeling at the moment, I think, and probably would make a good name for the stream. And with how many of these have we done every single day? I think this is kind of almost a full week now, isn't it? I think this is 7 days of them, something like that. I've been going every single day. So yeah. Anyway, cheers to you. Okay, so. Right, just very quickly before we do go, I want you to understand that I don't do sales whatsoever, but if you want to come and join my How to 9 Times Your Social Media group on Facebook, please feel free to do so. It's an open group, it's completely free, and although I'm posting the link on all my social media channels all the time, that place is the easiest place to find the link to download my book, my former #1 book. It's completely free. Again, it will not cost you a penny. I think right now we all need as much help as possible in whatever area of expertise that you might have to give. And my area of expertise is social media and video. So I want to help you as much as I can. So you can download my book, How to 9 Times Your Social Media, absolutely free. I say free, it is gated. You have to give me some details, but you don't have to sign up to a newsletter. You can say no, and then you get the book for free and you'll never hear from me again. So you've got some free content for me, or you could sign up to the newsletter, which would be amazing. You'll get a weekly newsletter with weekly social media news in there. You'll get some secret video stuff, which nobody else will see except for you. Also, there'll be a game in there because let's face it, we all need a bit of downtime at the moment. So I put links to like old classic games that I used to play on my Spectrum and on my Amiga in there. And what else do I put in there? I put links to some of my better content from the week, so like the best performing podcast, the best performing blog. I put in a music playlist as well. So if you've got any favorite songs that you'd like to hear, let me know what they are, and we can maybe drop those into the playlist as well. It's a Spotify playlist, so again, completely free. You just click the link and go and listen. And so, yeah, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, you can do, but if not, you just download the book and you just say no, and you get the book for free, and you don't have to hear from me ever again, especially if I bore you, but you just want to get some advice from me. Also, don't forget as well, you can get in touch with me every single day on my email. You can email me questions, or you can just drop me an email and we can maybe arrange a Skype call and have a chat about your business. If you don't want to like literally ask a question on the stream, and I understand not everybody's open to doing that or even coming onto the stream. Some people just kind of want to stay private, just watch, lurk in the corner, get value, then go away and go about their merry business. So if that's you, feel free to drop me an email. My email is scrolling along the bottom right now, and you can then just drop me that email. We can have a chat over email, maybe have a Skype call, and we'll go that way. Eddie's asking, is the book available as a hard copy as well? It is on Amazon, but it's really, really expensive because it's Amazon who's printing it. Seriously, get the ebook version. It won't cost you a penny. And yeah, unfortunately, as a hardback book, it's a bit, I think it's expensive because Amazon are printing it. So yeah, or you can download the book version on Amazon as well. If you've got value from me and you want to like go, well, you know what? I want to give this guy something back. Go to Amazon, search How to 9 Times Your Social Media, and then you'll find my book and you can buy it. And I think it's 99p at the moment or something like that. So yeah, it's a former #1 book. So it must have some decent information in there, I guess. I don't know, but you'd hope so. But yeah, feel free to drop me an email as well, and we can have a chat about stuff if you're not willing to drop your questions into the comments and that kind of stuff. So don't worry too much. You can still get in touch with me even if you don't want to do it on the live streams. I think tomorrow we will chat about blogging. I think blogging is the place to go at the moment. It's the start of my How to 9 Times Your Social Media process, and there's a lot more to it than just writing a piece of content. You can write some great content and it can still not perform well. So I think maybe we'll cover blogging off a little bit deeper tomorrow. If you don't already blog, well, maybe you should join us tomorrow. And if you do already blog, well, maybe you should join us tomorrow, and you can put in your 10 paths worth on the comments and stuff like that. Anyway, we have been going for half an hour. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in today. If you've got any questions, very quickly, go on. We've got 30 seconds before I hit the end broadcast button, and we can go on for longer. It doesn't have to end at 30 minutes. If you've got any questions, type them in right now, press send, and we'll answer them. You've got 15 seconds left or so. I'll give you a little bit of breathing space because obviously there's a bit of a lag, and your questions might take a little while to come through. Ed was talking about SpareMin, by the way, earlier on. SpareMin is a piece of software that yes, that's it. There's different sizes you can use too. So basically, yes, it's exactly what I thought it was. If you do a podcast, one of the things you can do is you can turn a podcast into a video. Now you can just take that audio and put it over a still image. It's a bit boring. People don't want to watch it. But what you could do is take that image and make it a bit more interesting by laying a waveform over it, which will change as the person talks. So I've done this in the past myself when I've used a podcast and I've not created a video that day. I've turned the podcast into a video, and basically there's a picture of me, a big black circle, and the waveform is twiddling away on that black circle. It looks really cool. It's a good way of keeping people actually interested in the content that's on screen, rather than utterly bored by maybe just a mugshot of you. So there you go. Ed McAteer says, I'm not really a big fan of reading things online. I'm a journalist. I look at a computer screen all the time. Fair dues. So a break from looking at a screen and reading a book is quite nice. Also, it would be nice to give something back to you for all your help. Thank you very much, Ed. That's very kind of you. Well, what I'll do, download the ebook version because it is more updated. I haven't had a chance to update the printed version properly. So yeah, download the ebook version, and I'll let you know when the proper version is updated fully. And then you can, if you really want to, you can buy a copy of the hardback book. It's only like a little thin book. I don't think I've got one handy to show you, but yeah, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much, and yeah, very appreciative. Anyway, no more questions have come through, so I will disappear for today. Hopefully you stay safe, you stay indoors, you enjoy your exercise when you get to go and do it. We had a very, very short walk this morning, Max and I, so we might go for another one later on. Shh, don't tell the government. Anyway, until tomorrow, stay safe, have a good one, and yeah, we'll catch you then. Get your questions in for tomorrow, right now.